All right, so something else has come out of NATO regarding General Hodges, and basically he said that with the 20 member states combined, especially under the current circumstances, NATO would be unable to protect the Baltic states from a Russian attack or basically an invasion of the Baltic states and or Europe. This basically goes on to say that Anaconda 16 is basically just supposed to be, quote unquote, a worst case scenario exercise, but we all know why everything's going on, and we know they're basically there to harass Russia. We know. Because if they weren't, even though it's NATO, Russia would be invited to take part in this and everything else. So I first got this off of MSN. U.S. commander warns NATO that couldn't repel Russian Baltic invasion. NATO would currently be unable to protect Baltics against a Russian attack. The commander of U.S. ground forces in Europe, General Ben Hodges, U.S. commander warns NATO couldn't repel Russian Baltic invasion. Right here, right in the open, NATO would currently be unable to protect Baltics against Russian attack. The commander of U.S. ground forces in Europe, General Benjamin Hodges, said in a news report Wednesday, Russia could take over the Baltic states faster than we would be able to defend them. Hodges was quoted by saying in a German language article by Newsweekly Die Zeit. The general said he agreed with the assessment by military analysts who claim that Russian forces could conquer the capital of Baltic states Latvia, Lithuania, Estonia within 36 to 60 hours. That's insane, folks. Russian forces could conquer the capitals of the Baltic states of Latvia, Lithuania, Estonia within 36 to 60 hours. Now, I don't know if that includes Poland because it wasn't stated. And I don't know if there's more heavy power in Poland than in the other states or what, especially with these games being considered. Hodges also said NATO forces had found numerous deficiencies during the recent Anaconda military exercise in Poland. According to the article, Thursday edition, Die Zeit, or the News or Gazette or whatever Zeit is, I apologize, I don't exactly know what Zeit is. Released from AFP, heavy military equipment could not be moved fast enough from Western to Eastern Europe, said the general, who also voiced concern about the alliance's communications technology. Neither radio communications nor email secure. He was quoted by saying, I assume that everything I write on my BlackBerry is being monitored. I would also. Absolutely. But look at this. Basically, they would take over the capitals of the Baltic states in 36 to 60 hours. That's quick, folks. It would be done. It'd be over with. He goes on to say the Anaconda maneuver included troops from more than 20 NATO member states, but was officially a Polish national exercise. Hodges told Die Zeit, some countries like France and Germany thought it would be too provocative toward Russia to call it a NATO exercise. Thousands of NATO's troops hit the ground in Poland in a massive 10-day show-off of force, and alliance launched its biggest war games in Eastern Europe since the Cold War. Russian President Vladimir Putin on Wednesday hit out at NATO for stepping up its aggression rhetoric and aggressive actions close to basically Russia's borders, or our borders if you're Russia. Said that Moscow was therefore obligated and dedicated to special attention to resolving tasks connected with heightening the defense capabilities of our country, or Russia's country. So, I won't go into it a whole lot, but you guys get the idea here. NATO's General Hodges said we'd be unable to protect Baltic states from Russian attack, and basically said they'd take the capitals within 36 to 60 hours. Communications are a joke. They couldn't move equipment fast enough. And if you remember right, that is exactly the problem Hitler had in the areas around Russia too, is that he couldn't move equipment fast enough, and his communications were horrible. So nothing's changed in the nearly 100 years. And General Hodges says he just assumes every one of his, his messages from his BlackBerry is being monitored, probably by Russian intelligence, if not other sources. So this is a U.S. general from NATO, among others, who are saying that they would be unable to protect the Baltic states from Russian attack, and that the Baltic capitals would be taken within 36 to 60 hours. I do not know if that would include more time needed to take Poland, or if Poland has probably a little bit more of a defensive strategy or not. But I imagine that would be included in Poland as well. So, this is what it is, folks. Thank you.